Hello and welcome to your weekly dispatch, where we'll give you a rundown on stories of national, regional, and global importance. Here's what stood out for us this week. Pakistan's Fiscal Budget 2023 significant measures. NATO's largest ever Air Force drills underway. Air pollution in the US caused by wildfires erupting in Canada. And for our feature story, we look at Cyclone Biporjoy's impending trajectory towards India and Pakistan's coastlines. Pakistan's recent budget, presented ahead of the upcoming general election, arrives amidst political instability, soaring inflation, stalled IMF talks, and sluggish economic performance. The 2023 budget outlines a total outlay of 14.46 trillion rupees. Resources for the budget include 6.9 trillion rupees from tax and non-tax revenue, 15 billion rupees from privatization proceeds, and borrowing from various lenders. The largest allocation of the budget, around 50% or 7.6 trillion rupees, will be dedicated to debt repayments. Development projects will receive 1.9 trillion rupees, while defense will be allocated 1.8 trillion. Other expenditures cover pensions, transfers to provinces, subsidies, government employees' salaries, and emergency provisions. Key highlights include a 35% salary increase for government employees in grades 10 to 16 and a 30% raise for higher grades. Pensions have been raised by over 17%. The budget also supports the IT sector by allowing tax-free imports of software and hardware, exempting certain freelancers from sales tax returns, and waiving customs duty on raw materials for batteries, solar panels, and inverters. Now, critics have voiced concerns about the government's inability to address the significant deficit, insufficient taxation of real estate and construction sectors, and unrealized tax revenue targets. Questions also arise regarding securing external funding without an IMF deal. Pakistan faces high inflation, reaching approximately 38% last month, along with ongoing political instability. NATO is conducting its largest ever military drill, Air Defense 23, led by the German Air Force. With 250 aircraft from 25 NATO and partner countries, the drill aims to enhance Air Force interoperability and preparedness, focusing on countering threats within NATO territory like drones and cruise missiles. Amidst the Russia-Ukraine conflict, NATO's relevance has grown. Finland has joined as a 31st member, and Sweden is considering membership. Proponents argue for greater cooperation due to the Russian threat, while critics question NATO's strategic purpose in the modern era. As tensions rise globally, NATO continues its military exercises. Plans for NATO to open an office in Asia next year indicate a deepening partnership with its ally, but raise concerns for the East Asian rivals like North Korea and China, potentially escalating tensions in the region. With the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict and evolving global dynamics, NATO's significance expands. The outcome of these developments will have far-reaching implications for international security and stability. Wildfires in eastern Canada have been blanketing the northeastern United States, notably New York City, with smoke turning the skies orange and impacting air quality. The city has been engulfed in an eerie haze, even obscuring the iconic Statue of Liberty. The smoke has resulted in unhealthy air quality, ranking second globally in pollution. The wildfires have been fueled by an exceptionally warm and dry spring, leading to dry forests and extensive burning. This year, over 4 million hectares of forest have already burned in Canada, double the historical average. This pattern of intense fire sessions is not exclusive to Canada, but is observed worldwide. The fires are expected to persist if the warm and dry weather continues. While some are hesitant to directly contribute these events to climate change, others firmly believe it is responsible for the unprecedented destruction and lack of precipitation. This situation underscores the need for urgent action to address climate change and its potential consequences. And now for our feature story. Pakistan and India are bracing themselves for the imminent arrival of a powerful cyclone named Biporjoy. The cyclone, classified as extremely severe cyclonic storm when it was first detected by the Indian Met Department on June 6, has now mellowed down to a severe cyclone category as it inches close to the coastal areas of Sindh and Gujarat in Pakistan and India respectively, where it is expected to make landfall. As a result, tens of thousands of people have been evacuated from their homes in both countries in anticipation of the cyclone's impact. In Pakistan, over 67,000 individuals living along the coastal belt in Sindh have been evacuated as the country prepares for the storm's arrival. The chief of the Pakistan Met Department, Sardar Sarfaraz, reported that Biporjoy's projected path indicates it is likely to strike the border areas between the Run of Kutch in India and KT Bandar in Pakistan. He further added, the impending cyclone is the most significant in the region since 1999, coming remarkably close to the shoreline and posing a significant threat to the affected areas. At the time of recording this story, the latest update issued by the Pakistan Met Department said the cyclone was at a distance of about 210 kilometers south of Karachi, 200 kilometers southwest of Thatta, and 140 kilometers southwest of KT Bandar. According to the alert, the maximum sustained surface winds of the cyclone Biporjoy are 150 to 160 kilometers per hour, with gusts traveling 180 kilometers per hour around the system center. Biporjoy's arrival poses added challenges to Pakistan, one of the most climate-vulnerable nations still recovering from the 2022 floods that ravaged the country. The flood submerged large areas, claiming nearly 1,700 lives and causing extensive damage. Sherry Rahman, Pakistan's climate change minister, emphasized that the cyclone should be linked not to nature alone, but to climate change resulting from human activity and emissions. Pakistan has become a climate change hotspot, and the global south faces daunting challenges intensified by climate change, such as erratic weather, severe heat waves, unprecedented precipitation. Despite contributing minimally to greenhouse gas emissions, the global south disproportionately bears the consequences of global warming, exacerbating the impact of natural disasters and widening social and economic inequalities. Urgent action is imperative, including international cooperation and financial aid, as well as technology transfer to facilitate sustainable development, resilience building, and the protection of vulnerable communities. By addressing the root causes of climate change and supporting those most affected, we can strive for a fairer, more sustainable future. I'm Hajira Asaf Khan, and this was your Weekly Dispatch.